Now, there may be times when you have a student who's being disruptive or somebody gets into your meeting that shouldn't be there, and you want to know how to manage that person to get them out of that meeting or at least restrict their access to that meeting so you can get on with your class session and not have to deal with that disruption. So there's two ways that you can do that in Zoom. One is you can put that person on hold. The second one is you can remove them all the way from the meeting itself. So right here we have, I have three students here in my Zoom class. I have a Jill student and Joe student who are very diligent and they're doing exactly what they should do. And I also have Jane Disruptor. Now Jane Disruptor is not doing what she's supposed to be doing, so she's being a bit of a nuisance. So I have to do something with her. So I'm going to go over here to Jane Disruptor and I'm going to go to this more option here. And I scroll down on that. And then I have these two options down at the bottom. One is put on hold and the other is remove. So I'm going to choose put on hold right now for Jane. And if I put Jane on put on hold, you see that her icon, her picture here just disappears. She no longer has access to this meeting, but she's been put into this sort of holding pen here. And you'll see I even have a message button here, so I can actually go in and give her a text message, ask her what's going on. If there's something that needs to be addressed, that can be done. If we sort out whatever the issue is, then I can go and take her off hold, and then she can come right back into the meeting. Now, if Jane is doing something that warrants me, wanting to get her right out of that meeting and not being able to come back in, then I want to use the remove option. So again, I'm going to go over here to Jane. I'm going to highlight her. I'm going to click on more, and then I'm going to choose remove. And once I do that, I'll get this dialog box up here that says, once removed, Jane Disruptor will not be able to rejoin the meeting. So if she's out, she can't come back in and do anything more. So you want to use this option if you're sure you want this person out and not allow them to come back in. So I'm going to click OK. And you'll hear there's a chime that says somebody has left the meeting, but she's out of there, won't be able to come in. So I could go on with this meeting and not worry about Jane coming back in and disrupting anything more. One caveat to this is that if you have a recurring meeting set up and you end the meeting, that person who was removed will be able to come back into a subsequent meeting session. So if you do have somebody that you've needed to remove and you don't ever want them to come back into that session, then you should actually create a new meeting and distribute a new meeting link to all of your students.